Okay, so I've just witnessed the most hilarious attempt, I think, of building some sort of a communication message to people who deserve to hear it. With the seemingly best of intentions, admittedly, but also with the most disastrous of results. I think it's fair to say. So here's where I'm getting at. And by the way, I'm gonna be anonymous just for the parties involved because it's so embarrassing. But I'll I'll drop a name and you can search for that name online and you can make up your own mind. Basically, here's the here's the gist of it, and then you can make your own decision after that, or your own judgment. There is a community somewhere in the world where a lot of people are struggling with people getting drunk, sniffing petrol or gasoline. I'm probably assuming that they're heavily and excessively using drugs, etc. But in particular, the sniffing of gasoline or petrol, because it's a it's a cheap way of getting high. So some people, well-meaning people probably, went together and made a song called "Don't Be Rama Rama." I think that's the name of the song. You can look it up yourself. And basically what this shows is this is like a catchy, cool song where a bunch of kids are getting together and they have these slogans and these catchphrases, and it's all about enlightening the people that, hey, the petrol stays in the car, you don't sniff it. Don't be Rama Rama and sniff it up your nose. Essentially, that's a verbatim quote, or that's a verbatim excerpt from the song, which to most people is painfully obvious, right? And here's the problem. This song makes the entire community look ridiculous. It assumes that everyone in that community is a moron, which is not true. Now, just like in any community, there are a few rotten eggs, and I'm sure that there's a few morons there as well. But that's beside the point. Now, from my understanding, this community has a genuine struggle with excessive, I guess, petrol sniffing, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and so on. But part of that, in addition to culture, is also genetics, because their bodies are different than yours and mine. And so they can't process alcohol the same way as a lot of other people can, which is fair. But also, obviously, there's the cultural aspect of it. It's not talked about a lot, and it's a great struggle for them. But making such a catchy song and trying to educate people about it doesn't help. It just does the inverse. Some people are gonna look at it and go, "Oh, okay, I'm sure that's true. I'm gonna stop sniffing petrol." The majority are just gonna laugh and shake their head and just move on. And the rest of the world are gonna laugh at the song because the attempt is good-hearted and kind, but just has the wrong and disastrous result. And ultimately it makes everyone involved looking bad, really bad, and it ain't gonna solve the problem. Now, I'm not saying that I had the solution to the problem, obviously. I'm just saying that since this song was released, the problem hasn't gone away. And it's been a few years. I think it was released in 2021, so that's 5 years ago. And guess what? They still have the problem, as far as my understanding goes. So here is my suggestion. Oh, and by the way, I'm going somewhere with this persuasion-wise. I'll get back to it. But ultimately, I believe that the problem starts in the homes. Parents educating their children. We don't sniff petrol. We use it to fuel our cars and our engines. And it's dangerous, and you shouldn't be sniffing, you shouldn't be vaping, you shouldn't be drinking too much alcohol, etc. And yes, persuasion-wise, this is a crystal clear example of persuasion gone wrong, where it was meant to enlighten and educate in a good way, but it failed massively and everyone involved risked looking dumb. Really. And once again, I just lost my train of thoughts, but I don't really care. The point is, if you want to educate and teach someone, you start 101, you start in the home. And these catchy ass songs, they're for different types of entertainment. Actually, that's worth a discussion in and of itself. Maybe I'll do that at a later time. But for now, just to remind you all that this is a persuasion gone wrong when it comes to teaching and educating. If you want to learn more, get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.